Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Yambaka Miangani, and in today's episode, we'll be going into how to get started with your financial journey, how to build for a strong financial future, and I'll be the special man. But whether or not you've started or you've already started and you're going through it, I believe that there are tips and tools in this video to help you improve for the better. And stay tuned to the end because I'll be dropping two amazing gems, just so amazing, and they're free resources that will help you definitely boost your financial journey. So let's get started. Your financial status can make or break you in this society that we live in, whether we like it or not. So it's best to be prepared. And basically, in this video and in this series, I am just going to immerse myself to learn, to prepare, and to see the best I can to build and save for my future. Your goals might be different. You probably already have a family and you want to just improve the finances of your family. So the first thing is to know and reset your mindset about money. I believe that money, finances, wealth are all gifts from God, and in his word he says that his children are supposed to eat of the wealth thereof, take our portions, because they are gifts from God. And just as with any gifts from God, it's best to ensure that we're using them to be intent. So first, we are to work on adjusting our mindset. Just taking time to reflect on the things that influence how our thoughts on money. Well, this could be the culture, our parents' or childhood experiences, and they might have positive or negative effect on what we think about money and our relationship with money. And then whilst reflecting and observing, a good thing is to observe our triggers. And for some people it could be that when you go out with your friends or wherever, or just scrolling online, just doing that activity will then prompt you to use money that you never planned on using. For me, that's not it. Mine is the weirdest thing ever. It's like sometimes I'll be watching a show and then see something that they're doing, food or activity, and then that is literally my trigger to spend money. And I don't do it immediately, but over time I will still get into it. So the good thing is to identify our triggers and also change our mindset about money. This is a quote from Smart Money Woman Netflix series, and it says that how we behave with money is deeply rooted in how we think about money, and how we think about money can be in a matter of fear of money running out, or fear of being poor, or all those things. But what we deny or ignore, we delay, and what we face and take stock of is what we will conquer. So essentially what I'm trying to say is it's time to refocus, identify where the problems are, and let's go head on to conquering whatever fears, whatever negative feelings we might have associated with money. Okay, so let's get into some actionables. One thing to do in this process is to identify past money mistakes. So something that you spent money on that you shouldn't have. For me, it was a magazine subscription online. I just wanted the tote bag that they had, and then I spent it, and then it never came. It not coming is obviously a punishment, but also it was an unnecessary spend. So it can be as silly as that, or deeper things. But whatever it is, identify the mistake. It might hurt, but reflect on it to see what lessons you can learn from it, and a takeaway that you can take away for future planning. Because right now we're stepping into new mindsets, and we need to let go of the past, but whilst letting go of the past, learn from it before we say bye bye. We're not doing that anymore. Secondly, it's good for you to identify your circle of influence, the people that you spend the most time with. This can be physical people or virtual people, so even people like we follow online or all those things. What are their goals as it pertains to money? Now, the second thing is to observe your circle of influence. Who are the top people that influence your actions and decisions, or who that you spend most time with, really? This could be in person or virtual, and just reflect on it. Observe to see their financial, their relationship with their finance and money. Do they have strong financial goals or not? Even if they don't have strong financial goals, will they deter you from yours? And if that is so, you need to first of all have a discussion with them. That's the ones that you can have a discussion with, and say to them, explain to them, what your how you will be growing, and what you expect from them and what you don't expect from them. If the case is not so, you need to limit the amount of time you spend with them, because you need to refocus, and we need to all be about going for the cutting out the habits that won't help us build the good financial future, and then working towards the ones that will. Okay, so yeah, do some introspection. Again, it's hard, but a good thing to do is also to find people to replace those people, so that it doesn't hurt so much. Which brings me into my next point: to observe the activities that we do the most, and see how we can switch some of those tasks to tasks or activities that will improve our financial goals and meet up to the standards that we want to attain as people with good financial plans and all. So this could be like the time you spend on YouTube, the people that you watch. You could end up switching that to watching with more individuals that are talking of like finance building and growing their finances. The people you follow on social mediums can be, just search around and look for people that are all about like building and growing their finances. And the best ones is to find the ones that are most relatable to you. So if you're a student, find a student financial influencers or content. Now, as I promised earlier in the video, I will be dropping amazing financial gems that will help us build and improve our financial journey. Okay, so the number one is a YouTube channel. I recently found her and I love her. The channel's name is the Antiwa. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If not, I think she's Ghanaian, so my Ghanaians, please correct me in the comments. And the second one is the Ambitious Adult. She started her financial journey when she was like in university, paid off her student loans and all. She has like websites and workshops to help individuals, improve theirs. So if you have like a little extra change to spend, check out her workshops. If not, use her blogs as great resources and sign up for her newsletter. The third one will have to be the movie series I mentioned earlier, Smart Money Woman. Either watch the Netflix series or check out the book, but that is like a really great resource. And even though it says Smart Money Woman, it's talking about money, and that applies to everybody, so it's a great thing to check out. All right, so check them out. And there will be one more that I will be mentioning. This is the creme de la creme, and yeah, I'll tell you more about it. Okay, with all of that aside, let's get organized. A good activity to get into is for the next 1 month or so, go into tracking your expenses. So if you're gonna tap on something, that's even easier. Most banks nowadays have apps, so you can even like check your transactions and jot them down. If you're gonna pay for stuff with cash, jot them down in a notebook. Track your expenses. The very act of tracking it will make you reduce more, just a little bit, even just because you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, why am I spending so much on this unnecessary thing? But yeah, track your expenses and know exactly where your money is going to, because most times we're always like, oh, I want to act better with money, save more, and yet still we don't know where most of our money are going into. So however little, however much, you track up and know where your money is going into. Okay, and in a later video we'll go more into budgeting. But hello, right now we're taking a little intermission. Okay, I want you to just take a deep breather, drink some water or something. But while you're doing your breather, just go down in the comments and tell me what has been your takeaway so far. And also, it would be helpful if you could, in the same time, share to people all over, and tell them what has been your favorite part so far in this video. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it. We need to go into identifying our core money values, your core money values, not someone else's money values, but yours. What are important to you, and what mindset do you want to have, a healthy mindset do you want to have to amplify your goals and your visions for your financial future? I'm encouraging you to write a new money script for us to commit to positive attitudes and beliefs that will help us build good financial health. Okay, and to take stock of ourselves, we need to review our top 5 expenses. So after we observe, we track that 1 month, we're going to review and see what are our top 5 expenses, and do they match up to the values that we've set up. So some of your values might be, okay, I want my financial journey to be focused on glorifying God. I want to glorify God through my finances. That can be one value. Another value, I want to go value saving for my children's education or paying off my bills. Another value could be valuing adventure or experiences, bidding on experiences. Value could be, having ownership of lands and possessions right here on this earth. So whatever the values are, the top money expenses that you've tracked during this past month or so, do they actually match up to your values? Or are they just like mocking them? Or do they look like two different things, opposing statements? To sit and reflect on our short-term money or finance goals, mid-term money or finance goals, and the long-term money or finance goals. To have a goal is to jot down exactly what you want your future financial life to look like, and things that you might want to own, experiences you might want to work towards saving up for, things that you want to buy. For me, it's like I want to build like a capsule wardrobe, or like my dream wardrobe, not forever, but like for my for my 20s. I want to build for that, and that is affected by the place I live and all, but just to have that jotted down and to see what exactly what the exact cost that will mean for me to have that and to work towards that goal. Most people want to buy a house or own a house, but what does that actually mean? What money will you need for down payment? What money will you need to pay weekly? Just finding out people with this information can be you taking steps to act towards your goals. So I encourage you also to reflect, write the goals, and dig a little bit deeper to see the cost of those goals and what they actually mean, and the type of saving plan that that would mean for ourselves despite the income. Because there's a Jamaican proverb that says every little make a muckle. That is, if you drop a little over time, it will amount to a lot. Okay, so yeah, let's get into that. Whilst we're reflecting like a month later, it's good to observe the bad habits, right? Think of how to break them, and then also it's also good to like write what you're going to replace those bad habits with. It would like us to reflect on the question, what does financial well-being look like for you? For me, financial well-being looks like me appreciating the resources that God has placed in my life, ensuring that, like with everything else in my life, I try to make sure that God is glorified in the way that I use the money, and not just me indulging in my flesh and just purchasing things just because I want to, or like without any real sense of purpose or usage or longevity. For me as a student, financial well-being looks like me saving to buttress my my school fees and the burden of school. It looks like me saving for the future. It looks like me saving for adventures and experiences I do want to indulge in, and also building a sustainable lifestyle and making valuable, respectable choices. Yeah, that's what it looks like for me, and it doesn't mean that that's the life that I'm living, but that's the dream, that's what I'm working towards. What does financial well-being look like for you? You can share with me in the comments. In the book of Proverbs in chapter 24 verse 6, the writer talks about the safety in having good counselors. So having people that counsel you and help you to grow, there's safety and there's victory through like acting on what they say, or taking a bit from what they say and employing it in your life. So firstly, I hope that you use the stuff that I've said in this video to help improve your financial videos, but also to financial life rather, but to also see things that will build you. You might find that you like a different way of consuming these contexts, so go out there and find. Already in this video I've mentioned around 3 resources that are really great and fun ways to really learn about finances. I mean, especially the movie series. But now on to the creme de la creme, the precious gem of them all. This is called Clever Girl Finance. Now, the best way to describe it is that it's a platform. Why do I say that? Essentially, they have blogs, articles, videos, podcasts, all focused on financial literacy. Again, we don't learn most of these things in schools, and I could go on and on about how we need restructuring in our education systems, but that's not what this video is about. But essentially, this platform gives you access to all of these things, like gems, guys, for free. If you want to learn about investment, check on here. If you want to learn about starting a side hustle, check on here. I promise you, they have tips for everything. Students, mothers, fathers, learn about investment, real estate, everything is on there. Now, the unique factor is that they offer you that signs up for the thing, signs up for the newsletter, anything. You get access to a free Clever Girl Finance mentor, and you get to speak to this person on a personal basis and rant about your financial struggles, and they can help you to build a good financial plan for yourself and for your future. So guys, I'm begging you. In fact, I'm not begging you. If you don't want to, don't do it. But this will help you greatly. So I suggest you go onto the platform. The link will be below, and check them out. And they also have like a roadmap to starting on. So I'll link that also below, and you can go on to improve your your financial journey. Okay, that's all for this, and in the next video we will be focusing on budgeting and debt. So until then, never stop curating your best life. Bye. Okay, so oh, my light was saying bye bye, it's time to lock up.